Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about career magic and the shadow. And even if it's not magic, career and the shadow. How the shadow influences what you do for a living and what you do to really put yourself out there in the world, whether that is through a career or through something else that you are doing. Before we dive into that, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path and Tapping into Abundance. If you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft and shadow work and how you can bring more meaning into your life through the craft, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know more about shadow work, particularly working with the shadow and the chakras, take a look at my free masterclass, How to Heal Your Shadow Through Balancing Your Energy Centers. The link is in the description field below this video. Whether you're aiming for a career that brings you in a livelihood, as in an income, or you're wanting to do something, put yourself out there in the world and shine your light in the way that you can, because not everybody needs to necessarily earn an income from what it is that they do. Sometimes your beliefs about yourself can actually sabotage you. And a lot of people do job magic or career magic or employment magic, often out of desperation for money, without giving a lot of thought to what do I actually really want to do with my time and with my life. Because let's face it, when we are doing a job or a career, it's taking up a lot of our time, a lot of our energy. So you want it to be something you absolutely enjoy doing. But for a lot of people, we don't believe that it's possible to actually have a career or a job doing what it is that we really want to do or would enjoy doing. There's a lot of beliefs going on inside our head that tell us that we can't. And when you're doing magic for a job, a lot of people will just do magic for a job and take the first job that comes along, and it may be great for the first few months because you're bringing in an income and you're able to do things again and have the freedom and the choices again with regards to having the money, but the job itself is not really something you want to stay at, or there's problems with the job, there's problems with people you work with, there's problems with the boss, or maybe you are the boss and you're having problems with the people under you and you're just asking yourself, why am I doing this? Why did I get myself involved in another job like this again? When it comes to your career, your shadow work is going to be really, really important to you, because part of your shadow work is discovering who you really are, what you really love doing, and allowing yourself to have the confidence and the courage and trust in yourself and the creative forces of the universe, yourself, that you can actually make it happen in some way, shape or form. And the things that are stopping you from maybe bringing that career to you through your magic or through the stepping stones towards that career are just simply the beliefs that you have about yourself and maybe the career as well. You may have beliefs that you're too old or you're too young. You may have beliefs that you don't know enough. Maybe you don't have the right paperwork, as in you don't have the right degree or the right diploma or the right certificate. Maybe you feel that it's too competitive. You know, there's too many people doing this, it's too hard. A lot of artists, particularly performing artists, struggle with this one. You know, they've got people left, right and center telling them that you can't have a career in the performing arts. There's not enough work and there's too many people. Everyone wants to be an actor. These sorts of things can actually stop you in your tracks from actually pursuing the things that you want to pursue. Maybe you're not prepared to sacrifice what you may need to sacrifice initially anyway for that career. Maybe you think you want one career, but it's actually not that you want. It's something that you think that's going to bring you that could actually come from something else that you could be doing. Maybe you've got a belief that nothing works for me, so why even try? You might say, I'm too shy, I could never bring myself to do that. Or you may think that I'm too boisterous, I'm too loud, people aren't going to like me. There can be so many beliefs that get in the way of your magic and of you even attempting to do magic for something you really want to do, or preparing goals and putting yourself in a situation where you've got an aim And so you're willing to work towards that aim through magic. These beliefs, this is your shadow work. This is where you get to learn about your programming, and that it's your programming that's creating your experiences in your life, and your programming that's creating your perception of what's going on around you. If you're doing magic for a career, really tap into what is it you really want to be doing? What do you really want to do? And do a big spell for that thing. Do the work for that. Put yourself in the space of imaginative space of what would I feel like if I was actually doing this thing. And give yourself some time to be in that space and really feel into it and listen to what might be coming at you from your subconscious mind. What negative voices are you hearing, or thoughts you're hearing in your head that are telling you that, oh, this is very well and good, but blah, blah, blah. You're too old, you're too young, you're not good enough, you don't have what it takes, you don't have the degree, you don't have this, you don't have that, you can't do this, people like us can't do this, people like us can't get ahead. All these sorts of things. And write them down, write each and every one of them down. And then get to work on changing those programs, changing those beliefs by simply questioning, what if that belief isn't true? What if I'm not too old? What if I'm not too young? What if I'm good enough? And start asking yourself those questions. So whenever you hear a negative talk about any kind of spell work that you may be doing, just put a what if, or what if that's not true? What if, even though I believe it's true and other people are telling me it's true, it may not necessarily be true? If you do need to have certain qualifications, so for example, if you want to be like a doctor, and we know that doctors do need to have certain qualifications, and you don't have them and it's too expensive to get them, then is being a doctor the actual thing you want to do, or is it something else that's like that you want to do? You know, maybe you want to be a healer of some sort. Do you need to be a doctor to be a healer? Can you be maybe probably a more effective healer somewhere else? Or, you know, do you need to be in that system in order to do what it is that you want to do? Or alternatively, if you really want to be that thing, what are you going to have to sacrifice to get there, and what are you willing to sacrifice to get there? Asking yourself all of these questions and facing these shadow fears that may be in your way. You may be quite capable and quite able to do 2 medical degrees. In Australia, you have to have a science degree and a medical degree, so it's 2 degrees to be a doctor. And so whilst we can get study assistance a lot of the time with the first degree, the second one you can't. So it's very expensive. If that's really what you want to do, then you can do spell work to help you along the way and pay your way through that through doing spell work, if that's the only thing that's stopping you. There's different questions to ask yourself about career, because sometimes what you think you do want is not necessarily where your true aim is. And so when you get to know yourself and you get to know your shadow and you get to know your beliefs and you hear what you're telling yourself and you write it down and you question it, new ideas can come out of that, and it will make it easier for you when you do your spell work to really put yourself in that space of, this is me achieving what it is that I want to achieve. So if you want to be a doctor, for example, and maybe you want to be a specialist, then you would, in your mega spell, see yourself in your doctor's office, and you're in that office. You can smell it, you can touch it, you can feel what you're wearing, and maybe you bring in an imaginary patient and you allow yourself to indulge in that imagination as if you were already there, and keep doing that and see what that feels like for you. Does it feel right for you? Does it feel like this is what you really want to do? Does this feel like it's something that you can aim for? And then do your spell work around that leading along the way. And that's what it is with a career. Your career is the way you bring your gifts into the world. Your career can be the way that you shine your light in the world. And it doesn't necessarily mean that your job is your career either. You may have a career outside of your job. You may find that there's things that you like to do that aren't sort of job-like, and that's where you shine your light, but you may struggle with that too. You may feel that you're not good enough, you're too old, you're too young to even do that. So this sort of thing can help you with any type of thing that you're wanting to bring your joy into the world in a way that can help other people and also help yourself understand yourself more through your shadow work. If you want to do shadow work with me, do have a look at that Wheels of Empowerment. The free masterclass that I told you about at the beginning of this video is a great place to start if you don't know a lot about shadow work. I also let you know at the end of that masterclass about the Wheels of Empowerment, which is the actual shadow work course that you can do with me and work through the chakras as well as the shadow beliefs and energy at each chakra, so that by the end of it you become more confident, you become more connected to yourself, and you can shine your light in the world. If you want to do that at all, just go down to the description field. Below this video you will see the freebie, the masterclass. You will also see the Wheels of Empowerment course. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you to everybody who does do that, who does share the videos, who does subscribe, everybody who contributes through donations, people who join the courses and sign up. It all keeps the Mystery Witch School vehicle running and keeps it in existence. So thank you all for that. I will see you on the next video.